Goofy grin on your face. Good. Draw your knees in, roll around on your back a bit. Good. Let's roll up together. Say hello. Greetings. Greetings to my Bay Area besties on Zoom. I've been on Zoom for 5 years now since the demise of my yoga studio with the pandemic, but a new studio is springing up. Something always springs up from the ashes, doesn't it? Isn't that wonderful how the universe does that? And I just flipped the switch to go live on YouTube. Many of my YouTube audience that's growing, we're almost at 800 subscribers. Please like and subscribe. It helps us spread yoga to a world that clearly needs it right now. But a lot of people subscribe just to see Looney Cat. He's my 3-year-old mountain puma, and his tail's wagging. And if I even move that hand in that direction, it's going to get attacked. Dude, I need to do Sunday Sacred Self-Care Yoga with my friends. What do you think of that? He's utterly unconcerned. So anyway, we'll chant Om together. Peace on earth, goodwill to all beings everywhere, always. Dude, I'm going to have to move right exactly where you are. What should I do? He goes, go ahead. Try it out. Oh, he's purring. 18 pounds. Ow! 18 pounds. Anyway, we started doing this with him when he was a kitty, and he just purrs, relaxes, thinks it's great. You just took a swing at your dad. Who gives you tuna? Anyway, shoulders, 1, 2. If you're brand new, the algorithm just dropped you off. Just start mimicking. Just get in the groove. No explanation. I don't care what language you speak. I don't care what your ideology is. I don't care what your religion, your spirituality, your past is. Just join in. Start moving with this. 7, 8. Other way. 1. If you're brand new on Zoom trying it out, leave me a chat. Let me know how you found us. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By the way, if you are brand new, now I can move to the cushion center. I do Sunday yoga on a 4-inch trifold mattress because it heals the body like amazing to cushion the joints and disperse the weight throughout the body, up the back. Just follow these movements. They're very natural. It's like you know how to do this. We might have forgotten, but this will help us remember. Up the back, behind the neck. I've been teaching this since the turn of the century. Been doing yoga for 50 years. Started when I was 1. Couple more. This is called Viyayama. It breaks up the congestion, the stiffness, the accumulation of stinky, stale patterns in the body so we can experience something new. Head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Gonna, believe it or not, relax your head down for 15 happy seconds. Stop thinking. Let go of cares and worries. Everything is always working out for us. We live and move and breathe and have our being in infinite, higher, organizing presence. Okay, I'm going to do a gentle forward fold. I know if you're brand new, crispy in Cleveland or tight in Tennessee, your knees might be way up. You can't even lean forward yet. Sit on a blanket. Just give it time. Some people clamshell all the way down. This isn't comparison. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Relax your head down. Close your eyes. Just a willingness to let thinking slow down. The incessant caterwauling of thought. Let it calm. We take time in Sunday self-care yoga. Relax your neck, back and shoulders where they meet. If it makes sense to inhale, look forward, lengthen your spine. Great. Exhale, deepen in. Broaden across your shoulder blades. Sink your armpits down. On your next inhale, come on up. Now to counter that stretch, I'm going to switch around the cross of my legs. That makes sense. Quiet, coffee maker. Thought I'd turn that thing off. Now I'm going to bring my hands behind me and I'm going to take my Elvis and I'm going to lift it. Up you go. Good little overall body stretch. Gets pretty much everything, especially tight Western American people that sit in chairs all day long. Not that you're Americans, this is a worldwide audience, but the Western habit of sitting in chairs, that's what I meant to say. Good. Come on down. Now, I'm well aware that if you're very tight, you can't even get your hands on the floor in front of you. So you can do the same stretch by taking your thumbs on the outside, letting your elbows bend backward and lean into your wrists. This is an incredibly important stretch, but I know it's not accessible if you can't get your hands down on the floor in front. So do one or two other. Ouch. My cat's dropping splinters on my floor. Drop your chin either way. Close your eyes. Be a calm, peaceful soul. Our hands and wrists and forearms are one of the first parts of our body. They're so far away from the heart that they tend to congest, congeal, stiffen, ossify, petrify. Not good. In upward spiral yoga, which is what I teach, we get this stuff moving and grooving. You need your hands, man. They do fun things. Good. All right. Oh, feeling that. Arms out. In. Just mimic this. You know how to do this. There's some things innately, instinctively we know how to do with our body, certain movements. And these are all, but if you don't do it, we tend to forget, and then the body gets crispy and crunchy, and then it's no longer any fun to live in it. And then we suffer, and then we leave our body prematurely in many cases. And these bodies are meant to last for as long as they're meant to in this incarnation and be joyful. Now, see all this internal rotation behind my back, up my back. Now, this might be it if you're tight in Tennessee, but my Bay Area bendies, they can put the back of their wrists in their armpits like this. This gives you palmar flexion of your wrist. And then if you want more, you can apply leverage, feet together, elbows inside your knees, and then gently, and I emphasize gently, squeeze your elbows together. You'll feel this. Now, I have Bay Area friends that can press their elbows and knees all the way together. It's just what they do. No rush, no hurry to get to the next thing. When you're eating a really good meal with a wonderful dinner companion of some sort, do you try to rush through and chew and swallow as fast as you can? No, you savor. And then we'll take our hands out. Now my knees drop. This is just a pretty familiar range of motion. If your knees are up, I'm glad you're doing this. Take your hands out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By the way, I do call this, if you're brand new watching on YouTube, yoga for everybody. Sort of yoga for everybody else. People think they can't do it. Yoga for people 45 plus ish. Not 50 plus, 45 plus. Shake your paws. Gentle if you're new. You could have very sore hands, but this will help. Up and downs. This is the Sunday more mild version. Saturday version is hysterically fast. My hands go pretty fast. I'm a drummer, but kind of intermediate drummer. Working on it. Big audition this week at school. Oh my God. Cup your hands at your heart. Say a prayer that Greg does well in his drumming audition at college this week. I'm a huge believer in prayer. I bet you are too. Okay. Left leg out. Right ankle over. Why do we do this? It gives access to this so you can go like this. Now, if you want to go like that at the same time, if you're brand new, it's like, what did he just do? Don't even think about it. Just crank your foot around. Other way. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Right leg out is fine. If you can't get your ankle over the top, boy, have you found a group you can stick with. Many of my friends, they can't even get here, but a couple weeks, months, years, it starts to work again. Cross it if you want. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Good job. Going back to crossed legs. I like to chant Om every few minutes. Oming is one of mankind's great vibrational techniques for getting ourselves tapped in, tuned in, and turned on to the power of the universe, which is, it's always being broadcast to us. The question is, are we receiving it? Big inhale. Oh. 30 seconds, pure, perfect, quiet. If a thought comes into your head, let it go. Let it pass. Surrender. Okay, one quick, reasonably easy side bend, and then we'll shift gears considerably. Now this next movement, I just said it's simple. It may not be if you're brand new. Just going to lean left, take my right foot out, and slide it under. So my right shin is folded under. This is called half kneeling, half Baddha Konasana with the knee out to the side. That's why this blue cushion can really help. If you don't have a blue cushion right now, run into your bedroom, push your mate or your spouse off of the bed, leave the pets on the bed, but just right shin folded under, left knee out to the side. And your safety valve is leaning over to the left. For a side bend, lace your hands behind your head and just tilt your right elbow down. Good overall body stretch, great for ankle, knee, and hip. Squeezes your guts, tightens your butts. Good. Now, if you got it, just a little baby twist. From here, turn to your right. Hands down, get a little twist. If you can't do any of these movements, approximate them, mimic them, fake them. Make something up. Don't give up. Inhale. Good. Come on out. Joint juice, just whipping through these, not whipping, that's the wrong word, just gliding through this sequence of movements. Left shin folds under. Half kneeling, half Baddha Konasana. Now, I'm even doing the fail-safe today. I'm leaning over to my right. This is my tighter side and blah, blah, blah. You don't need to hear about my difficulties. But as I just sink in, the hip drops and knee opens up. Then with a little gumption, I can get my hands up behind my head and tilt my left. Today I'm going to use my right hand to tilt my torso over to the left. Even I am going to engage in some self-care today. I need it. Yesterday was a tough day. Nothing too much, just one of those days. A lot of good, but a lot of stress, a lot of, interference, resistance, struggle. We're human, and all you do is you just make it through those days and keep trudging the road of happy destiny. Can really use my right arm to get this side bend over to the left. You don't have to be perfect to be in upward spiral yoga. You just have to be willing to make a little progress every day. Good. Now both hands up, turn left. You can bring your right hand over to your left ankle if you're a bendy bear. All my Bay Area friends are veritable contortionists. One even works at the Cirque du Soleil, or pretty near. She parks next to it. Every pose is a prayer. Breathe, calm, peace, cultivate peace and poise. I love yoga. I love a God that gives us yoga, and I love doing yoga with my friends. It's my favorite thing in the world. Good. Inhale here. Exhale. It's interesting. Yoga changes over the years. There was yoga when I was 20, 30, 40, 50, and it just keeps evolving into what I need in the moment. Now, in a moment, we're going to shift and get onto our hands and knees. But because of my yakety yak, I'm just going to wet my whistle. Cheers. Drink your coffee if you want. Really? Yoga instructor drinks coffee? Are you kidding? In my last yoga retreat last October, I walked into one of the sessions and I didn't have my caffeine sufficiently hidden. And one of my students said, "Is that a Red Bull?" And I said, "It's a diet Red Bull." Anyway, all fours. Oh, a word from our sponsor, and that is I use yoga props because back at my yoga studio in the 2010s, 10 years, I had a big old yoga studio and lots of props. So I still have them, and I've got my yoga bolsters. If you don't have a yoga bolster, a couple of big blankets or pillows will work fine. What I find is on the back of your couch, oftentimes there's the really big cushion. Yeah. Push the dog off. The dog shouldn't be on the couch anyway. Now, I'm bringing my bolster over here, and before I use the bolster, we're just going to do some sumptuous cats and cows together. Again, these are the movements that are wired into our body. We never had to learn this, but we could forget it. So just up and down with your spine. Sunday, nothing too overly exotic. Inhale, spine sinks. Exhale, round up as a cat. Good. Now, Balasana, the most basic restorative yoga pose. And when done on the blue cushion, it's spectacular because I see how I'm widening my knees out, bringing my feet in together. Now, I know if you're very tight, you can't sink all the way down. That's why this cushion, I'm showing the beginner version, elbows up, booty high. But as I relax, I can bring my buns down. But today, because it's Sunday, I'm going to bring the bolster underneath my belly, lay on my left ear, and we're just going to enjoy this. And again, I can't counsel you enough to A, ask me for a blue cushion if you're in the Bay Area. B, go onto your bed if you're watching on YouTube. C, go on Amazon and get a trifold 4-inch mattress for $65. Change your life, game changer. Relax with me. Opens ankles, knees, and hips. Drops your buns. Lengthens your spine, releases your neck, drops your shoulders. Now, if you went to one ear, I am going over to my right ear now. Great neck release. If you'll notice in a general sense, my head and my booty is at the same level. My butt's not way up or my head's not way up. The bolster levels it out, which disperses that plus the blue cushion equals bliss. Now I can slide my knees out. My crotch is about ready to make landfall. My knees are out wider. My butt's dropping. All this back here is loosening up and getting more resilient, more springy. Knees out wider, groins releasing. You'll feel this. If you're new, you'll feel this accelerating, amplifying, increasing stretch down in your undercarriage. You will feel this. Okay, big inhale together. Good progress. Exhale. Now, here's an interesting pose. I'm standing up on my knees. My knees are still wide. And what's interesting, if you can, you just take that and you shove that underneath like a Pez dispenser. And then what a great pose this is. If you're older than 45 years old, you can get your knees out wide, feet in together, and you can sink your booty down onto this. If you're 20 years old, you're laughing at us going, that's really easy. Well, if you're lucky, you might get older too, and you might want to keep your range of motion. But this is a pretty good stretch. Now, the reason this is good is I can bring my hands back here. Now, try to lift your behind up. Stretch this never stretched part of our body. Lift up. Press down into your shins and feet. Good. And sink down. This is just it's a great restorative meditation pose right here, but that's a thought for another day. I'm going to take this out now, like that. I'm just going to move it off to the side. Now, I'm sitting way up here at the front of my mat, and I'm sitting sideways to the camera, obviously, but I'm sitting in easy pose. Legs are crossed. We're going to go into Kapotasana, restorative pigeon pose. It's one of my very, very favorites. And I want my body way at this end of my blue cushion or whatever mat you're using. Now, I lean over to my left and I just take my right leg out. That's the start. It's how we begin to build it. Now, the challenge is, especially if you're crispy in Cleveland, is to bring the leg around. And it's like, holy crap, man, this is way too tight. It's not working. It's not going back very far. Then you get up on your hands, lift your butt, and here's the movement. This right hip, down. This movement, bam, turn, down. Left knee off to the side. Now, this is where this bolster can be a real lifesaver. I put it in front, I like to bring my whole body down, but by putting my elbows here, see how I'm folding my right toes, pushing my right heel back. That turns the front of my right hip down. My left hip is obviously getting a big external rotation, pigeon pose. You can see my left foot here. It's sticking out the side because my knee is up in the front. Rest forward. Now, if you love pigeon pose, come all the way down, lay it out flat. If you need a little assist, well, that's why you're on the blue cushion. That's why your elbows are on the bolster. That's why we're taking our time. We want this right leg behind us to really straighten out and the right toes to fold under and to push the right heel back. That opens up the entire right hip flexor, gets the leg back in alignment, clears up congestion. 1 minute. I'll tell you, being on the blue cushion, this 4-inch mattress, it has a nearly mystical, magical quality of dispersing the weight and drawing the tension, the holding, and it pulls it out of way deeper levels of our being. If you give it time, patience. Now, if you want to play a little bit just with a little bit of back bendy spinal extension thing, I would just walk my elbows in. I'm very gentle on this. I am no gymnastic backbender by any stretch of the imagination, but I can lean back a little bit. As I do, I turn the front of my right hip down. You can bend your right knee, tickle the back of your head with your toes if you want. But it's Sunday Sacred Self-Care Blue Cloud Restorative class. That's a mouthful. Such a good posture for your body. It is a literal prayer. Good. Now I'm going to rest back down and forward. Going to lean open a little bit to the right. That gives me some space. See how this right leg can just drag back around? This cushion it's genius. It's genius, I tell you. Now, I sit toward the front. Just wiggle all those dents and impressions out of my body. Now I lean to the right, take my left leg out, drag it off to the side behind me. This is where most people get stuck that are can't do it yet. They kind of get to this place, the hips are so open. That's why if you push into your hands, your butt comes up. As that happens, your left leg can turn over onto the front of it and you can slide it back. Then a good movement, especially for me, based on the way my hips are built, fold the toes under, push the heel back. That's a real challenge for me. I have a deep external, weird shape of my hip joint, and I've had to work on that shape my whole life, especially this toe folded under thing. Now, see how my right knee's over to the side? Bring the bolster in front for a cushion, angle it, elbows, prayer hands, and I'm just continuously lifting and sliding and pushing that left leg back and turning down into the front of my left hip. And here's my right butt right here. This big, deep external rotation. This is a great pose. So melt into this with me. Be a calm and peaceful soul. Great turnout today. Bay Area friends, huge turnout on YouTube. The world really is crying out for some healing, some restorative yoga, some calm, some peace. I have so many chores, duties, projects, ideas, schemes, plans to work on today, and they'll take care of themselves. For now, just some space, let it clear, let it settle in the mind. Okay, now if you'd like to play with me a little bit, I'm just if if I lift my hips my chest at all, it becomes a back bend. Yes, pigeon pose is a back bend. It's a big spinal extension. Big is in the eye of the beholder. So now back in the day, I would lean all the way back, bend my left knee, and I could just about tickle the back of my head, but I've been busy, so this is fine. As I lift my chest, I take extra care to relax my shoulders, not just cram my head back, but to use the fullness of my spine, chest forward, shoulders relaxed. Just getting what I need today. Turning the front of my left hip down, that excruciatingly tight front of hip flexor that for most of us that sit in chairs all day long is coming back to life now. Boy, I'm feeling this, but it's slow, steady, patient. I can breathe into it. It's going deep into my psyche, healing that ancient stuff. We all have it. We're all healing from it. Good. Now to come out, I lean to my right. That makes space for my left leg to drag. Oops, kick my cat chair. Bring my bolster back over here. Good. We're making good progress. Another big important sequence coming. We have time, but please do chant Om with me. Belt it out right there in your neighborhood. Inhale. Peace on earth. One truly peaceful person working on peace counteracts 100,000 agitated. Now my bolster or the big cushion from the couch or 5 or 6 blankets, it's going to go essentially behind me, and I'm going to use a block where my head goes. Now, of all the sequences that I teach, this next sequence I think is the most important one, and to do it on a soft surface. If you're 15 years old and you're a Romanian gymnast, you don't need the blue cushion. If you're 30, 40, 50, 60, and you haven't been doing this, but you'd like to open up space and range of motion in your life and your body, this sequence done on this surface, it's literally a game changer. Now I'm going to show it by, again, I'm revisiting this right shin under thing, but because I want to have the full length of my cushion, I'm going to make this exact shape. I'm just going to turn it 90 degrees to the left. Right shin folded under, left knee out to the side. Now, in a moment, disclaimer, you're brand new, you're atrophied in Atlanta, desperate in Dallas. Just being here is good for you. But leaning back is impossible. I've watched people do this, hundreds, thousands of people, including myself. I know leaning back, if you're young and flippy and floppy, good for you. But if you're stiff, if you can only get back on your hands, that's okay. Wait for it. Let all this tissue open up. But if you can get enough stuff underneath you, like a bolster, I'm taking my time. There's the bolster supporting. There's the block underneath my head. Now, I can relax in this pose, but I'm still definitely feeling it. Big opening of my quadricep, hip flexor, abdominal wall, right ankle, right knee. Up until a few months ago, I kind of left this pose out of my sequence, but I discovered the blue cushion, found that I could relax more deeply. I've been at it for a few months now. I am opening up brand new space that hadn't been open for a long time. Can extend my left leg out again. Find what works for you. You're going to have to get to know your own body. Then the magic ingredient of time. When you build a really good recipe, put a bunch of ingredients in to a bowl or a pan. You spend all that time putting all those carefully measured ingredients in. You don't just eat it then. You give it time. Usually you bake it. You let it cook, simmer, steep. You could eat it. It's just way better after some time. Add some warmth, some space, some presence. Think you get my drift? Drift with me. if you're 40, 50 plus and you're able to do this, you are really moving out to the edge of the bell curve of humans. It's really good for you. Bring your arms back over your head if you're one of my flexible Bay Area bendies. Okie doke. Now, I'm going to bring my torso back up, going to help myself back up. Foot comes in. Now, here's the counter pose that makes this pose go from gold to platinum. My hands are behind, and my Elvis is going to thrust up over the moon, lift up, stretch this largely unstretched stuff. This turns you from an old fart into a resilient, springy young'un. Good. Now come on down. Now, all I do to come out, I drag this leg out, come back around to the front, just to show how to get in it. This is still back here. Then lefty folds under. Boop. Now I'm in it, but now I need to turn 90 degrees. These blue cushions, they're kind of this wonderful fabric, this wonderful textured fabric, still has kind of I'm a big texture guy. I love the feel of doing yoga on this. Plus, in yoga terminology, I'm Vata Pitta, which is airy, kind of restless, tend to lean toward nervousness and irritability. This really helps this sort of disposition if you're one of those. Now, pulling the bolster in to my behind. I know you're tight in Tennessee. You're happy just to get in left shin folded under, right knee out to the side. Take your time going back. If you can't go back at all, give it a couple of weeks. Give it a couple of months. Give it a couple of lifetimes. I'm taking my time going back, trust me. Support my head, crucial. Breathe in. Breathe into the shape. Soon your breath and your body will merge together into a unified shape experience. Now, if you're quite bendy, right leg extends out, arms back over your head. Really enjoy it. Make it into a extravaganza. Have a yoga party in your body. I'm in this combination of right at the edge of a pretty strong volume of sensation, but I'm also really nicely supported all throughout my body on this cushion that allows me to ungrit my teeth, breathe into it, let my consciousness occupy throughout my body. Breathe into the dark, sticky places. My breathing slows down. I'm able to take choppy breath from my chest, move it smoothly down to my belly button, diaphragmatic, stimulate my Las Vegas nerve. Really makes a difference to spend some time. Let the body relax into it. Give time. Good big inhale together. Big exhale. Now, obviously, getting out is as interesting as getting in. So I come up. Now I put my hands on the bolster for extra lift. And this is something I'm really working on. I'm really taking my hips, and rather than just a little, I'm really pushing, really lift. For me, this is a lot for me. I'm not comparing myself to other people. Lift up, chest up, head back. Wake up your spine. Release that Shiva Shakti energy. Come on down. That's good energy. You want that kind of energy. Bring the leg back around. Perfect. We'll chant Om and then we'll do a 6-minute Shavasana after a wonderful visit together for healing, restoration, and regeneration. Nice big inhale. Okay, if you're brand new to yoga, the ancient yogis said at the end of class, you get 6 minutes to relax. So I'm going to put a bolster where my knees go. I'm going to move the rubber block and put a blanket where my neck goes. I really like to support my neck. Now, just doing this on carpet or floor is great, but if you do Shavasana on the blue cushion, you get weeks and months of healing and relaxation. So now I'm transferring onto my back. Join me, metaphorically, and knees are supported, blue cushion. Bring it right underneath my neck for support. Widen out my feet. Jiggle my booty cheeks. Relax my shoulder blades. Oh, I'll see you near nirvana, okay? Shangri-La. Jiggling everything, getting everything to sink down into the memory foam. The memory foam pulls out bad memories and makes space in your being for good new stuff. Okay, I be quiet, 5 minutes. Enjoy. Okay, my friends around the world, stay nice and relaxed. No rush, but there's my voice, just gently calling you back. Take your time. Good. Feel your body weight back in the cushion. And I recommend wiggling your fingers and toes, circulating super ecstatic feel good through your body. Extra super feel good. Good. Curl over on your side, fetal position. Good. Do your best to keep your eyes closed when you sit up. Keep a reservoir of peace, a container of peace on the inside. And we'll sit together around the world. With our eyes closed, the sense of separation is different, isn't it? With the eyes closed, there's a stronger sense that we are one. Not such physically isolated units, but more blended together in consciousness, which, of course, is the truth. Hands to the heart, head bows. You go deep into you, I go deep into me. We come to the same place together. All together around the world, we say, Namaste. I always bid arrivederci, adieu, and avita zane to my YouTubers first, my friends around the world. Thanks for joining in. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. I'm asking a huge favor to help me spread yoga around the world. Yes, I'm a small fish in a big pond, but everybody's got to start somewhere. And if your intention aligns with the universe, there's no limit to the good any of us can bring. And I'd like to bring as much of the good of yoga to people that could really use it. So thank you for liking and subscribing. We'll see you guys next time. As always, we say hello to any YouTubers that would like to check in and say hello.